Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Wanda with student ID number H0121024 from class PBIB 2021, and my title novel is The Great Gatsby by Francis Scott Fitzgerald in 1925 American literature. Biography of author. Name Francis Scott Fitzgerald, born on September 24, 1896 in St. Paul, Minnesota. Parents Edward Fitzgerald and Mary McQuillan. Alma mater Princeton University. Occupation writer, scriptwriters, and army. Years active in 1920 until 1940. Spouse Zilda Shire. And children 1. Francis Scotty Fitzgerald. History of personal life of author. Francis Scott Fitzgerald was born on September 24, 1896 in St. Paul, Minnesota. Fitzgerald's mother, Mary McQuillan, was from an Irish Catholic family that made a small fortune in Minnesota as wholesale grocer. His father, Edward Fitzgerald, has opened a wicker furniture business in St. Paul, and when it failed, took a job as a salesman for Procter & Gamble. During the first decade of Fitzgerald's life, his father's job took the family back and forth between Buffalo and Syracuse in upstate New York. When Fitzgerald was 12, Edward lost his job with Procter & Gamble, and the family moved back to St. Paul in 1908 to live off his mother's inheritance. Fitzgerald was a bright, handsome, and ambitious boy, the pride and joy of his parents, and especially his mother. He attended the St. Paul Academy. When he was 13, he saw his first piece of writing appear in print, a detective story published in the school newspaper. In 1911, when Fitzgerald was 15 years old, his parents sent him to the Newman School, a prestigious Catholic preparatory school in New Jersey. There, he met Father Sigourney Fay, who noticed his incipient talent with the written word and encouraged him to pursue his literary ambitions. After graduating from Newman School in 1913, Fitzgerald decided to stay in New Jersey to continue his artistic development at Princeton University. At Princeton, he firmly dedicated himself to honing his craft as a writer, writing scripts for Princeton's famous Rangel Club musicals, as well as frequent articles for the Prince Tiger humor magazines and stories for the Nassau literary magazines. However, Fitzgerald's writing came at the expense of his coursework, and he was placed on academic probation, and in 1817 he dropped out of school to join the U.S. Army, afraid that might die in World War I. With his literary dreams unfulfilled, in the weeks before reporting to duty, Fitzgerald hastily wrote a novel called The Romantic Egoist. Though the publisher, Charles Scribner's Sons, rejected the novel, the viewer noted its originality and encouraged Fitzgerald to submit more work in the future. Fitzgerald was commissioned a second lieutenant in the infantry and assigned to Camp Sheridan outside of Montgomery, Alabama. The war ended in November 1918 18 before Fitzgerald was ever deployed. Upon his discharge, he moved to New York City, hoping to launch a career advertising lucrative enough to convince his girlfriend Zelda to marry him. And they had one child, a daughter named Frances Cootie Fitzgerald, born in 1921. However, by the end of the 1920s, Fitzgerald decided into drinking, and Zelda had a mental breakdown following the unsuccessful tenders the night. Fitzgerald moved to Hollywood and became a scriptwriter. He died of a heart attack in 1940 at age 44. His final novel only half completed. And other literary works of writer which is most popular is The Beautiful and Damned, This Side of Paradise, The Diamond as Big as the Ritz, The Great Gatsby, Tender is the Night, and unfinished novel is The Last Tycoon, and so on. There are the similarities and differences the personal life of author with his literary works. First is similarities. Author and Gatsby had both served in the military. Author and Gatsby having similarities in the struggle for love is a little difficult. Author and Gatsby both are men who struggle from the bottom to achieve success. And for the differences is author managed to marry his girlfriend while Gatsby didn't. Author died of illness while Gatsby was shot. The short synopsis of the story is, this film is a story that Nick tells his psychologist about the truth of Gatsby, who starts out as a mysterious neighbor in his new house and eventually becomes his best friend. Gatsby is a rich man, the owner of a magnificent mansion next to Nick's house, and always holds a big party every week. This big party aims to make Gatsby's girlfriend Daisy, who is Nick's cousin, come back to Gatsby after a long separation. On the other hand, Daisy is already married to Tom, another the rich man who likes to have an on fire even though she is forced to. Daisy is already bound, making her unable to continue her love with Gatsby. However, with the help of Nick and Jordan, the woman Daisy arranged with Nick, Gatsby and Daisy reunite and continue their love, but that love doesn't last long after Gatsby is shot because of slander from Tom. I think that's all the short synopsis from me. You may also read a long synopsis in the next slide. Analysis characters. Leonardo DiCaprio as Jay Gatsby, mysterious man, kind, loyal, brave, never give up, authoritative, really loves his partner. Tobey Maguire as Nick Carraway, kind, innocent, happy to help his friends, sincere. Carey Mulligan as Daisy Buchanan, be gentle, authoritative, impressionable, cheerful. Joel Edgerton as Tom Buchanan, bad, cheating, slanders, arrogant. Elizabeth Debicki as Jordan Baker, authoritative woman, love golf, smart. Isla Fisher as Myrtle Wilson, seductive woman, unfaithful, crazy with luxury. Jason Clarke as George B. Wilson, stupid, gullible, murderous. Anita Bachchan as Mayor Walsham, friendly. And the last is Adelaide Clemens as Catherine, flirtatious, seductive, and wild. Analysis story. Story time. The mysterious story of a billionaire and his complicated love story with his married girlfriend since they were separated by war, but meet again with the help of her cousin and best friend. Characterization is Jay Gatsby as the main character who has the protagonist character. Nick Carraway as neighbor to be Gatsby's best friend and coincidentally also Daisy's cousin, protagonist. Daisy Buchanan as the woman Gatsby loved so much, protagonist. Tom Buchanan, antagonist. Jordan Baker, tritagonist. Myrtle Wilson, tritagonist. George P. Wilson, tritagonist. And the one who shot Gatsby. Mayor Wolfsheim, extra. And the last is Catherine, extra. Plot is flow back and forth. The similarity of the story in real life. In real life, many behave like the characters in The Great Gatsby. Someone is dissatisfied with their partner, so they continue to have an affair and act purely like Tom, a pair of lovers who can't continue their love due to distraction, such as the story of Gatsby and Daisy. There is also a temperate and temptress who destroy other people's households like Myrtle and Catherine, but not a few people are sincere like Nick. Message of the story. First is don't want what is not ours. Second is always be honest. Third is don't get emotional easily because you could be wrong in acting when you're angry. And the next is never give up and keep trying to get better even when it's hard. And the next is appreciate your own partner. And the last is money can't buy love and friendship. I think that's all my explanation about The Great Gatsby. If I make a mistake, please forgive me. And thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.